right. We don't see each other. I forget that.
We don't see each other. We just have this cosmic link.
Mm-hmm.
And I also sent out an invitation to Betsy, so I hope she comes and joins us soon.
Okay, I'm going to send her a,
and send her an email.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
How was it setting it up, Lillian?
Excuse me?
How was it?
How was what?
Getting the radio show live?
Not that difficult once you know how to do it. Basically, you have to go into media. And underneath media comes tracks, recordings, voice tracking, tags, relays, and talk shows. And then to create the talk show, all you have to do is click on the green button where it says talk show. And you put in the title of the show with the artist, which would be you or I, and you create it. And then on the other end, you put up there the broadcasting box and make sure everything is connected so that when you go live and the first person comes on, that's when you can start recording it. It won't start recording until somebody comes on, which is rather odd, but whatever. And then you get up to 60 minutes. And then when it's finished, you stop it and you save it. And it automatically saves it to an MP3 stream and it downloads it for you.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So maybe next week we can practice with me doing it, setting it up.
Sure. We could have you go through TeamViewer, which would probably be the best way of doing it. Yeah. It's pretty easy once you figure it out. And then I went to the mixer. And I need a microphone that can plug into the mixer. I have the wrong kind of microphone. It doesn't have the right end. So I ordered a very inexpensive condenser microphone. And by the time you add up taxes, shipping and handling, the whole thing comes to $30.
Well, you know what? That's not bad, Lillian.
But that's not bad. And it got very good reviews for the type. They said they just made this type of inexpensive microphone, but it's supposed to be very, very good. And it comes bundled with different cables. So when that shows up, then I can put it together and people will be using my cell phone to make their calls into the studio, which means they call in one at a time, which is fine. There's no problem. So once I get that set up, then I will really be in action.
Okay, that sounds good. Excellent.
Yeah. I really like that. And then what else is going on? Not a lot. I don't have to say that when I came home from my bell practice, Barry was agitated because he couldn't find a calendar. And you don't want to hear that when you step right into the apartment. So I got really hot under the collar. And I said, this is where the calendar is. I said, did you forget? And he says, I looked everywhere. And I said, well, apparently you didn't look here, buddy, because it's right here. And here's the other one on the back of the front door. Well, that doesn't have the stuff that I need. What kind of stuff do you need? Stuff that tells me things. And I said, really, BC? That's Barry's calcium. And you take it every other day. And I said, the other stuff is notes to myself. And I said, you mean the calendar that tells you about when Thanksgiving is and daylight savings time? And he said, yeah. And I said, fine. And then I was really on a roll. So I walked into my office, picked up 5 calendars and threw them literally in his face. And I said, here's the 5 2019 calendars that you already looked at. And I said, I know you can't remember, but I find it awfully suspicious that there are some things you do manage. What is it, selected memory or something? So we let each other cool off.
Yeah.
But he really brought me to tears today. I was just, I walked in, I was late to the bell ringing because I got involved with this. And then I had him, yell at me as soon as I stepped into the room. So it really bothered me, got under my skin, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure it did, but he really, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
He really can't help it. Yes, I know that. But I can't really help it either sometimes, because it frustrates me so much, and I don't really have a lot of places where I can scream and jump up and down and punch the wall. You have to be civilized the whole time because they don't like you beating up on your spouse. Imagine that.
Now, listen, what you do is you take your key and go out the door for 5 minutes. Just leave.
Yeah, well, I sort of did that. And
you have to. Yeah, you're only going to get more frustrated and more frustrated, honestly. You really are.
I know.
And then there's no turning back.
That's true. That's true.
Full-fledged, and you put yourself into a situation, but at some point, you'll learn how to minimize the anxiety and frustration you get, because it's. I remember talking to Peter, and Phyllis would say, my friend Phyllis, she would ask you once, she'd ask you 1,000 times, same question, because she couldn't remember that she already asked that question.
Yeah, he does that too now. Or like when we went out to dinner tonight, his zipper was unzipped, so I just kind of zipped it up for him. And I said, I'm surprised you didn't feel the draft down there. Well, I didn't want to embarrass him, but he does forget to put it up, and so that's how I handled that.
And this is when the bell ringing is going to play a big part for you, Lillian.
I think between the bell ringing and what I'm doing with the radio station and what I'm trying to do with the radio station, I think it will help me a whole lot, because it's getting to the point with him where he is obsessing with my device is too loud. Really? Huh.
Your device?
That's what it's telling me. So let me see if I can make it a little bit quieter.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at the email address, because she said she never received it. I don't know.
All right. Well, I just put it down a little bit. Let's see if that helps.
I did SloanBetsy31@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's what you sent me.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked up Maria Shriver under the Women's Alzheimer's movement, and she has different ways to contact her. So on media. So I used media, and I sent her the usual template letter that I send everybody else. So we'll see what happens.
That's right.
I don't want her for a speaking engagement, and I don't really want to go and use Twitter or Facebook directly, but I'm media, and I thought, well, we'll see whether or not she even replies or somebody even replies, because I think she'd be very intrigued with what you're doing with caregivers and Alzheimer's. And I think that because she does have a foundation dedicated to women and Alzheimer's, that she would be interested in that. I mean, she tells you to let her know what you're up to. So
that's a real good thing.
Yeah. So
okay, now that's her email address. Is there a number when you send an email? You just give the number to call in, or is it? Can you just send it? Is it hard to send it again through your phone?
Who are we talking to? About Betsy?
I'm sorry, Betsy. I'm sorry.
Okay, all Betsy has to do is what I did. I sent her the visitor URL, and all she has to do is click on it, and she ought to be able to get in. It's no different from what I sent you through Gmail.
Yeah.
I know. I did this with somebody else, and they said they're telling us I need a participant number. And I'm going, a participant's number? They don't see anything about a participant's number. Are you sure you're following the copy I just sent you?
It's my fault. All her whole email is all lowercase, and I gave higher case.
Oh, all right.
Everything is lowercase. Can you do it while you're talking?
Yeah, let me get back into,
You want me to send it again to you?
It says click on address not found. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
SLON
It's all lowercase.
TTTTSY at gmail.com. All right, click on link.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I don't, when people have trouble getting into it, I'm thinking to myself, what are they doing wrong?
Yeah, well, gosh, I have no idea. I just know that I put my name in, I give authorization for the mic, and I'm there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure. Address not found.
It's a
you know what I'm doing wrong? Stupid me. Okay.
What?
All right. It's been a long night. It's just been a long day.
Well, me too, because I took some money from my brother, and I bought some ink for the computer, or for the printer. And I never had a problem with scanning to my PC. For some reason, now I'm having a problem. But anyways, I found another way to go in and copy the information I got from AARP.
Okay, that sounds good.
And I sent it to you.
Address not found, SloanBetsy31 at gmail.com.
That's what she has here. It's SLO. It's all lowercase. No.
Yeah, I know. That's what I did.
No, but that's her number. SLOANBETSY 31 at gmail.com.
Well, I don't know what the problem is.
Well, there's not a problem, because I've used this email when it's lowercase, so I'm just going to have to tell her to forget it, because I just know it's this. She just sent it to me and let me know what her email was. Let me go back in.
That's odd. Let me go into another one and see how it goes. Hold on. That's really strange.
Yeah, because that's what she sent me. Let me go on.
Okay, well, if that's what she sent you, then it should be usable. Huh.
You put in SLOAN, right?
Yes.
BETSY.
Yes.
31.
Yes.
At gmail.com.
Yes.
Everything all lowercase.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send her an email just to see if it works. S-L-A-N.
Strange.
It is very strange, because it's telling me that her email is capital SLOAN, capital BETSY 31 gmail.com.
Well, I can go back in there.
Let me see if I can. Let me just see. I've had nothing but computer issues all day, Lillian. So
okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Nothing seemed to write. I couldn't get it to scan. I had to go around the world to do it. That is not her ad. It's just, oh, I see. Sometimes my own error problem. Well,
Did it go through?
supposedly it went through,
Okay.
but I don't know. We'll see. Because it gives me a copy. That doesn't mean anything because I'll get a copy.
Ah.
You know, I just love technology sometimes. I just think it's out to get us, really.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm going to tell her I just sent her another email because Gmail is telling me what her email address is. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, and you kind of wonder what the problem is.
Yeah. Yes. But the information I sent you, those are some of the kind of tips I wanted to give to people, and some sort of a way for people in the very beginning. You know, what's the first thing you should do when you've been advised or been notified, or your medical examiner has advised you now this person is early onset Alzheimer's? What are the first things you put in place? You know?
Yeah. Well, you're going to send me some stuff so that I can.
Now, if I was to, I'm going to hold on for a minute.
Yep.
Because we can still hear each other. We can, thank God we can move around.
Yes, we can.
What if I forwarded her your email that you sent to me and see what happens?
Well, you could try that. I just tried it through another account. I don't think it came back in. Nope, it hasn't come back in yet. So maybe this one worked.
Oh, so she got my email.
Well, that's good.
So, all right. So now we can, and that was when it was a capital SLOAN.
Absolutely nothing will surprise me with these computers. I gotta tell you.
I'm going to, let me see now. Like I have to learn all over again when I'm working on Gmail. When to forward. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everything's so different.
Well, it didn't come back in this account, so I must have gotten through to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some things are really strange, and this is a strange thing. So, I'm not really quite sure what the problem is, but I don't want to find out what the problem is. It hasn't come back, and the others did come back quickly. So this must be because it's a new account and it's still gleaming or something.
I know. Okay. Well, I think we're doing, your tips are going very well, Lillian.
Well, I'm glad to see that because I've had one person tell me they really appreciate my tips that I've been putting out to them. And I'm thinking, well, that's really good because I really try to set up a new tip every single time I'm over there. I think I'm up to 16 now. Tomorrow will be number 17.
Yes.
And I'm really trying to get people to understand that there's a lot more involved talking than just opening up your mouth and spitting out the words.
I know a lot of people have index cards. A lot of people have.
It's not that. A lot of people say every other word. I
have a bad habit of doing that.
A lot of people do. I mean, the person I was speaking to today was pretty bad.
No, I try to correct myself on that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't. They think anybody can be a speaker, and that's not quite true. You really have to work hard on it.
Oh yeah, especially if you were at the Toastmasters.
Well, I'm not running a Toastmasters here at the station, but I would appreciate if people really did try to talk without all those fillers in their speech, because people pay a lot more attention if you don't have too many brick walls that they have to go through.
Right.
That's all I'm really trying to say.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
I was wondering if I would get a lot of feedback on the tip that I provided. I think it was yesterday about answering questions. And I gave an example of a question where a father asked me, what do I do when my son tells me he's gay? And I told him, just love him. And I said, sometimes you get some questions you don't anticipate. So what you need to do is practice before you go on that stage and make sure you have an adequate answer, because just taking his name and email is not going to do the trick. He's really asking you, do you know your subject well enough to deal one-on-one with me, or are you just going to try to get out of it? So I was waiting for somebody to say, what? But nobody said what, so I gather everybody made it all right through that particular tip without too many problems, which makes a big difference.
Yes.
The only thing you have to worry about when you're doing a live show is you got to keep talking, because you don't want blank airspace on the air.
It's so good to have dead air.
You have dead air. I was thinking, I received a songbook of Christmas music.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe we could get together and maybe do the 12 days of Christmas. And,
that would be interesting. Yes.
And then get it out as a recording and see what kind of response we got. And there's some other Christmas music in there that's pretty neat. And I thought, well, maybe we should try and do that. And then, since it's live, ask people to come on the air and sing one of their favorite Christmas carols.
Mm-hmm.
And get their email so that we can send an invitation out to them. But that's why I'm going to try and get that mixer set up, so when somebody comes through the cell phone, because it connects to the computer, we can ask them to do it right then and there. And I think that would be pretty neat.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of pushing, trying to get something like that done. Well, I didn't get that warning again, so obviously they appreciate the fact that I turned the volume down so it doesn't hurt somebody's ears. Or not.
Yes. I'm sure some people would be a little anxious if it got too loud.
I would think so. And I got to tell you something. I think that I'm going to try and write an email the way and model it after Stuart's for getting new hosts, and see whether we can get some people interested, because every time I talk to people, I think what it is when they go to the service page and they realize they have to pay for it, it scares them off. But compared to most of the other radio stations out there, new callers are muted by default. Are you muted?
Am I muted?
I guess not. I can hear you.
No,
Okay.
I'm not muted. You're the only one that can mute me.
That's true. So, and she hasn't called in yet, so I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm sending. She wants to know which link.
What do you mean? It's the HTTPS : I sent her the link /talkradio.co/116-5DADDD.
I just sent it to her, so let's hope.
Okay.
If she doesn't, I'll just tell her that we're going to be winding down, whatever.
Yeah, we've been on for 24 minutes and 58, 59, 25 minutes and counting.
It goes by fast, Lillian.
I know. I'm hoping that, let's see, you ought to send out the invoice to Kate, because she's supposed to start next
I thought
week.
I thought you sent it out already. I thought you
No,
sent it.
I haven't sent it. You sent out the one for October.
Okay. No, this looked like it was for November. I'll
Oh,
look. I'll look.
okay. Very
And I'll
good.
send it. Yeah, I'll look again. If not today, can I do it tomorrow?
Sure can. Not a problem.
Once well, you know yourself when you're on the computer all day.
You want to you want to have a nice glass of wine, open up a chocolate bar.
Oh, listen, I received the invitation from the Universal Church of Christ with their Christmas pageant they have every year.
Terrific.
And they sent it early this morning, and you have to do it quickly because within 24 hours, those tickets are gone, all of them. That's how popular this Christmas pageant is.
Okay.
So I've got 4 tickets for December 2nd, and it's 2:00 in the afternoon, and it's really beautiful. It really is, and they have the bells too, Lillian.
Oh, cool.
Oh yes, they do the bells.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Let me see if I'll have to see if I could take a small little video of them doing it to show you.
Get permission.
Yes, I have to. And the choir is, I don't know if they've gone already to Carnegie Hall, but they've been invited again to Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
It's really a lovely, and so it's a Jubilee anniversary coming up for this Christmas concert. So they're all going to be dressed in silver.
Wow.
It really is a beautiful church. You're going to love it, Lillian. You really are.
Okay. Sounds really good.
Let's see what she's doing. I sent her the stuff.
Right.
There's not much else I can do.
I know. I don't understand why people have so much trouble.
Because I'm not there to click.
Yeah.
You know, look at, I've just been dealing with my printer today, so.
All right. I know all about printers too. Don't get me started on printers.
Well, I have this company that takes care of my computer.
Well, that's
so what
good.
I'm going to do is one day, maybe Sunday, I will call them up and have them figure out why the scanner is not scanning to the PC.
Okay.
You know, I have no idea why that's happening.
Well, I'm trying to make everybody some business cards, so hold on to your seat.
You are?
Yeah, I've been working on it today. Oh, yeah. When I'm quiet, watch out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I guess she's having some problems.
I guess.
Maybe
when we do it again.
We'll keep on doing it until we finally get somebody who can call in.
We should say the number over the phone here, because can anyone call in if they're listening?
Anybody, they need the visitor URL to come in. So if anybody's listening and they would like to join us on the Connect Show with Jeanne White and Lillian Cauldwell, the visitor URL is https://talk, TALK, period, radio, RADIO, period, co/1165 DADDD.
All right. I just heard from Betsy.
Yes.
She signed in, but she said she's stuck saying waiting for an answer. I don't know what that means.
Neither do I. That's odd. Strange, but odd.
It is very odd. You just have no idea what goes on with these computers and technology. Sometimes it just baffles my brain.
They're out to get us.
Yeah, so why don't I just tell her to forget it? Because
all right, and we'll start again another time. I think it should be easier when I get the Bixer connected to the computer through the cell phone. I think that should really help a lot.
Well, she's on her cell phone.
Oh, well, that may be the problem.
Yes, because that's the only way. I don't believe she has a computer. I'm not sure.
That may be why she's having problems connecting. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe you do need the mixer when it involves a cell phone.
I think so.
Well, I still think this is pretty good because we're going to wean out all these errors.
That's right. Make ourselves look like jerks way before anybody else can join us. Look at the bright side. I know, you needed to hear that.
Oh my God, I can't stand it. But at least we're getting better.
Yes, we sure are. But I mean, you keep on showing up, so obviously even a chipmunk can do it.
Oh, Lord.
I'm tired of cavemen, you know.
Okay. I know you're tired. Why don't we just end it?
We'll end it now. But before we go away and stray, for them who are listening, I have a quote for you. And the quote is by Thomas Fuller in 1732. And he says, old men think themselves cunning.
Really?
Yes. So thank you all very much for listening to the Connect Show with Jeanne White and Lillian Cauldwell. And hope you can come back when we start singing some Christmas carols and you can join in and sing your own Christmas carol live and on the air.
Oh my God, that would be a lot of fun. I hope they do join. That'll be fun.
I hope so too. So until next time, folks, have a glass of wine for me. Jeanne can drink her own. Okay. Good night.
Good night.